We're speaking to Atanu Guha, Executive Director of Concordia. Atanu Guha brings with him over 25 years of global senior management experience across North America, Middle East, Asia Pacific and Africa regions in real estate, construction, facilities management and sustainability sectors. We're very happy to have him. Let's hear from him. Mr. Guha, thank you so much for talking to us over here, and I really want to know about you joining Concordia. So my first question to you is, what have you taken on as your mission as Executive Director of Concordia, and why did you choose to join Concordia?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for this invite. I think it's a very exciting space right now in the FM industry. It's poised for a significant growth, especially if you see how the world is evolving. Because most companies post-pandemic are trying to be more leaner, more flexible. So it's today about hybrid work culture, where people have tasted the success of not being in a physical space, but still being able to deliver what their job objectives are. So this is a completely different world, which was not even 2 years back. So I think for the FM industries to get into this phase is a very exciting phase, because the changes which is coming, the FM industry will be a major catalyst for this change and transform how this FM industry is going to evolve in the next few years. So I think a key thing is to take very bold steps, but at the same time, let them be a pragmatic one, which has a positive impact both to the client and the occupier. So I think here a company like Concordia has a huge advantage, having been worked with the government closely, understanding the nuances of what the requirements are from a government perspective. So that makes Concordia as a front runner, I would say, in this evolving world. I think so far Concordia had a very conservative growth approach. I think this is where we can make a lot of impact, especially making absolute business sense for the shareholders of Concordia and take it to the next level. So not only getting limited to a certain vector or a vertical, but grow exponentially in all facets where FM can touch, be it residential, be it corporate, be it industrial, and then not limiting yourself only to Dubai, but look at the larger GCC countries, look at where the growth evolution is happening as the world is getting smaller. So it's the right time to kind of increase your footprints all across. So I'm very excited. We have a great team, and I think we're poised for growth.
So what do you see as the key differentiator in Concordia in this FM industry?
As I said, the key differentiator here is because Concordia, have had a very conservative approach, we've kept our team pretty lean and nimble. And I see a lot of people in Concordia, especially the senior leadership, as well as the frontline workers, multitasked. So to give an example, I was kind of getting to know the team better, and I realized you have people from HR background into operations. Okay, so I think that adds a heady mix of the true talent. And in a lean organization, when you have a mix of people with different backgrounds, you are able to kind of reshape the organization very easily and so I think we are very flexible and nimble to the changes, because change is inevitable. That's constant in our life, in our workplace. And I think probably the right team structure where Concordia is very fast to make those changes and not go into a lot of red tape and bureaucratic hassles to kind of adapt to a changing industry requirement.
Okay. You have a global perspective. You worked in multiple countries and in different built environments. Could you share with us some lessons that you've taken from all of these experiences?
I think it's always been a learning experience, whichever part of the world you are in. First, I would say a great opportunity of meeting a cross-cultural and a diverse workforce. Okay, so what happens in Johannesburg does not happen in Melbourne, or what happens in Canada does not necessarily happen in India. So in terms of a same problem but has different solutions in different perspectives. So what does matter is a cultural environment, because at the end of the day, the world is about humans, right? About people. And people have different perspectives, which is formed by geography, religion, cultural aspects. So I think in the FM industry, while we talk about technology, while we talk about cutting edge technology, etc., but what we need to factor in is the human factor, because we deal with people at all times, and the idea is to touch lives in the simple task which we execute. So I think one of the biggest learning is to customize solutions for different needs of people, different geographies, different countries. A same problem in Japan have a different solution than the same problem emanating out of Dubai, because of the expectations, because how people are and how they perceive certain aspects. So it's always important for our industry people to be, stepping into the shoes of your client, clearly understanding what the requirement is or what the ask is, and then customizing a solution for them. And I think at every opportunity, an FM person should always find a way of, creating the wow factor for the customer. What would that simple thing make him or her smile, And that's something which we should do. We should focus on very simple things, attention to the basics. I think half of the problems are resolved that way.
Thank you for bringing up people. My question to you about what was your most unexpected early learning when you came into the Middle East region, and where have you taken this lesson since?
I think the first thing is the warmth and the heat. I just, when I moved in here from Canada, I came from white snow to yellow desert. So adapting to that sudden temperature change was an unique experience, I must say. But at the same time, that's also been a learning, because if you look at the equipment or the machinery which we manage, HVAC, our heating and ventilation and cooling, is the same machinery or the same brand which you have in Canada, which you have in Dubai. But your preventive maintenance, your reactive maintenance, etc., have a completely different domain and require different domain knowledge and experience because of the extreme temperature both the places bring. So while Canada, most of the Canada is a cold country, while Dubai is an extreme. But it is the same set of people who are technicians or mechanics or soft service people who are actually servicing the same equipment, the same brand, but under different perspectives, different climatic conditions. The regime is completely different. So I think the first learning for me has been to adapt to how this climate aspect has an impact on machinery and equipment what we manage.
We moved from scheduled maintenance to predictive maintenance and then to intelligent maintenance. So where do you see the future of FM lies when it comes to maintenance?
I think this question of yours probably needs to have a technological or technical answer. So as I said, the human factor is predominant and it's going to be there. But as you said, the regime changes which is happening in terms of maintenance. Today, I think AI plays a major role in that. Because today, almost all industries are moving into artificial intelligence, how it can shape and reshape our future together. So we talk about Metaverse. We talk about various aspects today. So I think in Metaverse today, people are more attuned to seeing toys being used in Metaverse. So this is a time where we use Metaverse from toys to tools. So we use our human intelligence should be now augmented by artificial intelligence in helping us reshape the maintenance domain of equipment. Okay, we should exploit the Metaverse, the AI to its fullest. As I said, from toys we should move into tools. Okay, how data analysis can be done by artificial intelligence to tell us what to do more, what to do less, what cost benefit it brings to the table for the client. Also keeping in mind, we need to also keep a clear aspect on climate change, right? I think the COP for this year is happening in Dubai. So that kind of puts a little more focus on the FM industries, that what are they doing their bit to address the climate change requirements, to adhere to low carbon footprint, zero emissions. Where are we heading? What kind of alternative means are we looking at to be a part and partner in this entire business of a better and a greener environment? So I think we have to use technology and the cutting edge technology, keeping in mind the cost aspect as well, that how it can better regulate our maintenance regime.
Thank you for addressing those factors. So can you tell me how you're looking to place Concordia with these new tech and AI affecting the FM market?
I think one aspect is, I would say it's a fine print between evolution and revolution. I think Concordia, at the stage where it is, it has to slowly move into more technology-driven, AI-driven technology aspects. We are already investing on technology. Also, it's an important aspect is upskilling your team members, because what you've learned, there are a few aspects which you have to unlearn once again and to learn the new regimes. So I think it's a journey, and we're taking baby steps, because what has to have is a clear balance between capital cost and what your service delivery is, how it impacts your clients, what kind of environment they are in, because you also have to kind of sync in with their requirements. You may have a mission, you may have a thought process, but it has to be attuned to what your customers want. Okay, you cannot go the whole hog where the customers wants it to slow down a little bit. So I think each customer, each client would have a very specific requirement, and we have to kind of fit into that role. Concordia has to fit into that role to understand first what is their strategy in this changing environment and customize a solution for that. And that, of course, AI technology would play a major role. And as I said, it's evolving, so we need to evolve with time and the changes. But I think Concordia, the team, an excellent set of talented people, are ready to embrace that change.
Thank you for mentioning COP28 as well, because we are hosting it later this year, this country is. So do you have any particular strategies or a 1-2 step that you've embarked on for Concordia in terms of increasing your sustainability in terms of operations?
I think this will come with a lot of training and learning. So we are trying to get involved with global companies or institutions or associations who have been in the forefront in leading some of these clear objectives. For example, ASHRAE, in terms of our HVAC, what kind of ASHRAE inspections can we incorporate in a client's requirement to cater for those changes, because everything has an environmental impact in what we do. Then tie-ups with a CoreNet or a IFMA or a RICS. So what we are trying to do right now is slowly get ourselves more engaged and involved with these institutions who are global leaders in these various aspects of whether it's a technological change or a new inspection benchmark, what are the latest FM attributes which you can bring. So what we're trying to do is slowly ensure that we get the right training materials from them, which helps the Concordia team upskill, learn more, and adapt to this changing environment.
That was a great conversation. Thank you so much for talking to us, Mr. Guha. It was wonderful to have your perspective on our platform.
Thank you, Manisha. Pleasure has been all mine.